Good morning, students. So today's topic that we would like to discuss is the Onsager reciprocal relations. In thermodynamics, the Onsager reciprocal relation defines the equality of certain ratios between the flows and forces in thermodynamic systems out of equilibrium, but there is an indication of existence of local equilibrium. So what does it exactly means? It means that in a system which is not exactly in thermodynamic equilibrium, that means the system is in non-equilibrium or irreversible equilibrium condition, where the real chemical equilibrium or thermodynamic equilibrium, you can say, doesn't exist, but in different parts of the system or different phase of the system they are in equilibrium. Okay, so in this type of system there is certain quantities, or you can say the coefficient, they are exactly same irrespective of the direction or the definitions. So reciprocal relation occurs between different pairs of the forces and flows in a variety of physical system. So Onsager suggested that these relation exist for a properly selected pair of flows called the conjugate flows. That means there are certain type of forces or flows or fluxes for which this relation only hold. That doesn't mean that this relation will hold for all the fluxes or flows that can exist within a system. Okay, only certain type of certain pair of, you can say, fluxes or forces, for them only these relation holds. So for example, a fluid system can be described by temperature, pressure and density. Just for example, a gaseous system, you can gaseous gas is also a fluid system, so you can define gaseous system in terms of temperature, pressure and density, or a liquid system also. So in this class of system, it is known that temperature difference leads to the heat flow from the warmer to the cooler part of the system. It's so common. Similarly, pressure difference will leads to the matter flow from high pressure to low pressure region. This is also true. The remarkable observation is that when both pressure and temperature vary, that means in this first two cases we define when we change the temperature, then pressure remains same. That means because of this change of temperature, heat can flow from lower temperature, so from higher temperature or warmer part of the system to cooler part of the system. And in the next example, we define when temperature, keeping temperature remain constant or at a fixed value, we change the pressure, and then we observe that the flow or the flux will move from the high pressure region to low pressure region. But when both of them vary, then what happened? So remarkable observation is that when both pressure and temperature vary, temperature difference at constant pressure means temperature difference at constant pressure can cause matter flow. That means temperature is changing but pressure doesn't change. So in the normal sense, we can't say that some flow or some matter will flow from one place to another. But it is observed that the remarkable observation is that when both pressure and temperature vary, temperature difference at constant pressure can cause matter flow. Okay, mind it. And pressure difference at constant temperature can cause heat flow. Okay, in the conversely, when pressure and conversely when pressure difference but temperature remain constant, then we observe that heat can flow. But surprisingly, the heat flow per unit of pressure difference and the matter flow per unit of temperature difference are equal. That means heat flow is happening because of this pressure difference. But if we just keep the pressure difference as 1 unit, then whatever value we get, and conversely by taking temperature at a per unit value and just observe the matter flow, and this observe that these two values are exactly same. This equality was shown to be necessary by Lars Onsager using statistical mechanics as a consequence of the time reversibility of microscopic dynamics. So using the statistical thermodynamics concept and apply that in microscopic reversibility concept, he proved that these two quantity means when temperature is changing, keeping pressure constant, and the difference of temperature is 1 unit, whatever value we get. Conversely, when temperature is taking as a constant value and pressure difference is kept as 1 unit pressure, then whatever temperature is flowing, both these values should be equal. Suppose for one-dimensional conducting rod or wire, if delta E is the potential difference and delta T is the temperature difference between the two ends, then using delta E and delta T as the driving force, the electrical current I and the entropy current, that is Js, let me allow you change, Js form a pair of conjugate flows through the electrical current. Though the electrical currents and the heat flux. Electrical current is generally defined by I, and entropy flux is Js is here is defined, and the heat flux or heat flow is Jq. That means form a electrical current and the entropy flux or entropy flow, they form a pair of conjugate flux. But the electrical current and the heat flux, that is Jq, that doesn't forms a pair of conjugate. The expression for I and Js are: I means the electrical current equal to L11 delta E plus L12 delta T. Because from the previous discussion or the previous session discussion, we know that when there are more than one gradient is existing within a system, then the flow of a particular flux can be influenced in presence of the other gradient. That's why we have to take both these concepts, means I because of this delta E change, and also because of this delta T change, because we know that if delta T is changing, then also some current is flowing, and that coefficient is L12. Similarly, Js, we have to take both the contribution coming from the delta E difference driving force and delta T derived driving force. Okay, so Js equal to L21 delta E plus L22 delta T. So using the definition of electrical and thermal conductivity, we can obtain two equations relating the four phenomenological coefficient. Here I would like to mention, in the previous class we got the phenomenological equators or equations, where we observed that the equation can be described as JII, where we got Li, II and Lij's also. Okay, so Lii means when both the indices or index are same. So these are called the phenomenological yes. So we can obtain two equations relating the four phenomenological coefficients L11, L12, L21 and L22 to a measurable properties of the system. The fourth expression is furnished by the Onsager reciprocal relations. These equations are coming from the we can compare this equation with the Onsager phenomenological equation, where we observe that the property J or any kind of property is a sum of these linear sum of these few quantities, and the first coefficient, that is L11 or Lii, I can say, is called the primary phenomenological coefficient, and the cross terms, that means Lij's or Lji's, are called the Onsager phenomenological coefficients. Okay, so using these two equations and using the properties of electrical and thermal conductivity, we can obtain two equations relating the four phenomenological coefficient, that is L11, L12, L21 and L22 to a measurable properties of the system. The fourth expression, which is given by Onsager, that the cross term, that is Lij equal to Lji. Okay, this is only hold if the two properties, that means the current flux and the entropy flux, if they constitute the conjugate pair, then only this property will hold, that is L12 equal to L21. Thus, in general, all coefficient can be determined if Lij equal to Lji. Okay, in general, it comes out to be the coefficient which express the influence of force J on the flux I, that means Lij. What does it mean? Lij, the coefficient, what does it mean? It means that the influence of force J, on the flux I is the same as the coefficient which express the effect of force I on the flask of J. Okay. So consider, for instance, Ohm's law. Ohm's law, what is the that is the E, or sometimes it is written also V. So E is the potential difference equal to I into R, the multiplication of current flow multiplied by the resistance, or I, current flow, equal to E into 1 upon R, where E is the potential difference and I is the current and R is the resistance, or 1 upon R is the inverse of resistance, or we can say it's a conductance. So comparing these equation means this equation, I equal to E into 1 upon R, or E into conductance or conductivity. Comparing this equation with the phenomenological equation, that is J1 equal to L11 x1, L12 x2, L13 into x3, and all so and so forth, means thus whatever small terms are appearing in this equation, we see that Lij's can be regarded as conductance coefficient, because we are observing here conductance property, because 1 upon R. So Li, L1 Ij's regarded as the conductance coefficient. Like electrical conductance, their magnitude, means this their magnitude will depends upon the dimension and the temperature of the system. That means if the physical size of the system is doubled, the values of these conductance coefficients will also be doubled. Okay, so these are the total definition and discussion regarding the Onsager's reciprocal relations. Okay, thank you.